Oh no, that's it. The United States government is going to put an end to crypto and Bitcoin before the dollar dies. They have to. And they will succeed because they have to. We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the Pipe 5x5 staying alive here in Dubai. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not too scared of the news. But yes, it dropped yesterday. Wow, the CFTC going after Binance, and also the SEC is going after Coinbase. As you know, they dropped a Wells notice on them a week prior. So we're going to be talking about the news of that in today's episode and doing some trades on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Links are in the description below if you want to trade Bitcoin or Ethereum at Binance or yes, Binance is in the description, or OKX or bybit.davincij15.com. Speaking of which, right, if you join our group, my private group, I do some trades there, and I show you guys some trades that I'm doing on a daily basis. Here's one of our trades yesterday with that news. Did extremely well. So if you want to trade with us, you could also join my group as well, where you can get some trades. So join my group at davincij15.com. Okay, so let's get on with it. Bitcoin falls after CFTC sues crypto exchange Binance for alleged breaking trading rules. Okay, whatever. First off, you do know there's a Binance US and then a Binance Global. So the Binance US is where the United States, the American customers can go to, and non-Americans can go to the global one and do whatever outside of the United States. Binance US is completely compliant, and the Binance Global is not. Why? Because it doesn't fall under your jurisdiction. But that don't matter. No, just so you know, if you own the biggest army in the world, rules don't matter. Logic doesn't matter. Just so you know. Oh, damn. Okay. In a court filing, the CFTC, Commodities Futures and Trading Commission, said Binance violated 8 provisions of commodities trading laws. Yeah, they definitely did in the United States. Designed to prevent and detect money laundering and terrorism financing. The lawsuit, which was filed Monday in a federal court in Chicago, has the potential to upend the exchange's operations. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you were operating in the United States as a business and you were to do these things, you are subjected to these laws, right? But you're not subjected to these laws outside of the United States. They call me crazy, but keep in mind, they've got the biggest army, and they could come and get you. All right, so it's the largest crypto exchange and any U.S. regulatory action against it will have huge implications for the industry. Notice this is on CNBC, and you could see on CNN the U.S. case against Binance calls out for one of the worst kept secrets in crypto. Okay, see, this is basically a kill shot for Binance, right? Binance CEO Zhao sued over CFTC's over willing evasion of U.S. laws, unrestricted crypto derivatives products. Okay, so again, these same rules, these same attack that they're doing against finance applies to all exchanges globally. Right? Why? Because everything that all the exchanges do are effectively illegal in the United States. That's why they don't allow U.S. customers. so if you're going to go after Binance Global for this, right? you can effectively go after every single exchange for this, right? But, rule of law doesn't matter if you got the biggest club. Just saying, right? If you can kill everybody, you, and you make the rules. Just saying, right? The CFTC court filing follows a CNBC report on Binance employees who have worked to subvert exchanges' compliance controls in China. Similarly, CFTC alleges that Binance has instructed its workers and customers to circumvent these controls. Yeah, so what does allowing Chinese people using the exchange have to do with United States law? Absolutely none. Now, um, interesting thing, I was in a group. What was it? It was a Twitter space actually, where Americans were cheering on and salivating at the mouth at this particular lawsuit. I want you to know, if you're an American, you're watching this show, and you are cheering this on, shame on you. You do not believe in freedom, which is what I thought United States was about. But clearly, you believe in totalitarianism, right? Binance can operate in the jurisdictions it wants to operate as long as it's outside of the United States, and as long as they make sure U.S. citizens don't come to that exchange, they're not violating any laws, right? All right. So if I'm operating a business, even if you like, so for example, if you're operating a small business that's illegal in the United States but legal here, and the government comes, the U.S. government comes and say, hey, I don't like what you're doing, stop it now. But I'm only dealing with my customers here. Don't matter. It's illegal in the United States. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense, right? But that's what's happening. And you know what? They don't mention that in any of these articles, of course. None. Zero. They don't mention that because Binance US exists, but that's totally separate. That follows the U.S. complies with the U.S. laws. Minor success is needed to ensure the good part of cryptoverse can grow. This is true. This is true. If Binance goes down, it will slow down crypto adoption, not cripple it forever and ever, right? It was not going to end it. For Bitcoin will still continue to operate. Bitcoin will still continue to grow, and people will be able to use it because there's still going to be many exchanges out there that still continue to operate in the face of this illegal action by the United States to shut down Binance Global. Okay, so that's just the way it is, right? We live in this world that's unfair, and you have to deal with it the best you can. So that's just how it goes. Monday's initial drop was the biggest move for Bitcoin since the March 22nd, when the Securities Exchange Commission issued Coinbase a Wells notice warning that the exchange it has identified potential violations of the U.S. securities law. Now, Wells notice, right, usually proceeds a charge, right, and this is big. This will probably help to end Coinbase, but usually it takes a long time for that lawsuit to go through because you can see that the XRP is lawsuit, which started a couple years ago, is now wrapping up, and you can see that XRP is like pumping up based just on that, prior to that news. So yeah, that's what XRP is doing. So this is not the end of the world for Coinbase, but they can make this very fast and very deadly for Binance. Very easily. Whilst Coinbase, it's a little bit harder because they're a U.S. company that's been around for a long time, and they're just changing the rules on them all of a sudden when they allowed them first, and now they're not allowing them, so they have a little bit of a little bit more leeway than Binance does. the laws that they've broken are clearly broken if you were operating in the United States, and so they're basically ignoring that fact. Okay, if you're interested in trading, right, you can head over to bybit.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below, and get $30,000 and also other rewards. So make sure you take part in those rewards. I have also a best of the DJ15 channel. So why don't you head over there and subscribe there, because there's going to be small cuts and so forth available on this channel. Someone is managing this, and yeah, you might not want to miss this best of DaVinci J15. Okay, let's talk about the next subject here, which is, I'm going to be a little bit frank. Bitcoin is posed to blow up Africa's $86 billion banking system. Well, I don't know. It's going to eventually happen. Of course, the banking system's everywhere. Basically, they're saying that Bitcoin's going to end the banking system, right? So since Bitcoin, its inception in 2008, it's a familiar form of money, has alternately been disdained as an absurdly complex toy for libertarian techies, a legalized form of gambling, a speculation bet to get rich quick, and a vehicle for criminals and fraudsters to obscure the origins of their ill-gotten gains. Well, so get rich quick, I mean, yeah, okay, people who get rich off of Bitcoin did not do it quickly. They did it slowly, right? 8 to 10 years, over an 8 to 10 year span. If you call that quick, and I don't know, that's crazy. Whilst, of course, there are some people who did it shorter, right? With a 4 year span, they did do a lot of work in order to do that, or to accomplish that wealth. They didn't just buy and hold. So there's a difference there. If you trade, right, that's a lot of work. If you do videos or something, or market stuff and sell things for Bitcoin, that's a lot of work as well. So that's how you make money, right? And that's how you get rich, if you're getting paid in Bitcoin, because hey, Bitcoin is going up. So, if you're getting paid and Bitcoin was down, and then you save it and it goes up, you gotta get rich quick. Understand that concept? So make sure you go and get a job or work for Bitcoin, a commission in Bitcoin, and you will also make yourself wealthy. Okay, so continuing on. But this parallel financial system can also serve as a tangible social good, offering an on-ramp to financial system for people who would otherwise be left out. In countries where the vast majority of the population is unbanked, national currencies are no longer safe to store value. Okay, so that's coming to a theater near you, just so you know, no matter where you are on this planet. Once the dollar dies, you die. Your currency dies. That's it. And everything that's happening in Africa happens where you are, just so you know. Right? So, make sure you have some Bitcoin. Now, make sure you have some protection, because this is coming to an end. You cannot have a system of fraud. Our financial system is the system of fraud. And how is it a fraud? Well, they create money out of debt. That's how it is, right? And you're like, oh, I don't get that. That sounds okay. Okay, dude. If I can press a button, lend you $100, right? I did nothing. You owe me $110. You are my slave. Try to understand that concept once again. I did nothing. You have to work for me. Makes you a slave. See how that's a fraud? So you're like, okay, yeah, but wait a minute, you can print the money. Wow. Alrighty. Keep in mind, I'm asking you to give me $110 next month. And by the way, the extra $10 that you owe me does not exist. Where does the extra $10 come from in order to pay you back? Oh, simple. Somebody else has to borrow more money from me that I don't have to do anything for. And I get a new slave. So what do we say to something that requires more and more people to do something, to take action on an infinite scale? That's called a Ponzi scheme, right? Where you need more and more people in order for it to work. Yes, that's our system. And so that's why any kind of system of fraud comes to an end, right? It always does, right? Just because we did it worldwide doesn't mean it's gonna last forever. All right, so continuing on, the remittances comprise a hefty portion of GDP, and international sanctions complicate connections to the global economy. A virtual currency that doesn't require an intermediary to approve transactions can be vital lifetime for survival. So, the reason why it is, right, not only because of being able to send money back and forth to buy stuff, that's only a small fraction, a real power of crypto is being able to invest in other enterprises so that you can increase your wealth. You could take a chance and increase your wealth by investing in projects you believe in. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of scams out there. Um, and government agencies such as the CFTC, SEC are designed to protect you from those scams, but that's a lie. That actually is to prevent you from becoming wealthy by investing in lucrative enterprises. That's what it's for. That's what they're designed for, to prevent you from investing. Now, you could say, well, wait a second. People will still create a lot of scams and then you invest and then you lose all your money and blah. Yes, this is why, but you need to learn how to determine what that is. You are a human being. You have the ability to make your choices and live by them. So this is why you don't want the SEC. You need to make your own choices and live with the consequences if you're wrong. That's it. Now, we do have laws on the books that says that if you do steal from people, that's fraud, you go to jail. They should enforce that. Nothing else. Okay, with that said, let's head over to trading. Let's head over to the charts here and see what's going on. We did a nice short here, and yes, if you were in our group, right, you saw some nice profits here of 50%. I had a nice trade available for everyone, and also on Ethereum. If you are interested in trading, you could head over to davincij15.com and join our group, and we'll show you some cool trades. Now, you can see that Bitcoin is about to roll over, but I'd be very careful here. It should roll over and die, but I would suggest if you take a short here, the stop loss is sensibly right here. It's right there at the 27,314. But Bitcoin loves to do this. If it's about to clearly roll over, it likes to do this and then go down. So be careful of that particular scenario. So you might want to move your stops a little bit higher so that you do not get wiped out before it breaks. So the target is most likely here. If we break down, the target is most likely 38.2 at 25. 325. That's the most likely target. Just above that, watch out for this level. Approximately, looks like we've already bounced off that level. There we go. Yes, we did. So I was thinking maybe that was another bounce off level there, and it did. There it is, which is right here. The 26,489 was the bounce off level that I was looking for, and yeah, we've already done it. So if we break down, we're gonna probably break down lower. So failing to break down, if we come down straight and we do not pass 26,489, And reverse, watch out. That's you might want to pull your shorts. That could be a huge reversal. You might want to move your stops to break even once we start breaking down, and we come to approximately. Let's see here. Let's do the fibs, so we can get our number, which we come down to the Hail Mary level. Hang on. We come down to our Hail Mary of 26,675, and we reverse here. That's danger zone. Bitcoin could break higher, really fast. So be careful of that. And I would move your stops to break even once we get down to 26,675 and see how that plays out. Okay, let's head over to Ethereum, but before we do, make sure that you head over to bybit.davincij15.com. Links are in the description below. If you want to buy Bitcoin, if you want to trade Bitcoin, or if you want to just earn some free money, you can do so at Bybit. There's plenty of ways to get some rewards in Bybit. Make sure you read about all of them. Some of them in the descriptions below. Okay, so let's head over to Ethereum. We had a beautiful trade here set up. We're waiting for this entry, got it, and boom, we hit our target and walked away. That was a beautiful setup and beautiful trade. Hey, you know what? If you're in my group, you could have saw that trade. All right, so let's look for the next trade for today. Right now, it's pretty much the same as Bitcoin, but you can see that this looks like it's rolling upwards, right? It's not exactly like a rolling over kind of deal, but this is actually considered a flag, a bear flag. If we go down to a lower time frames, you can see it a little bit clearer. This is a bear flag, so it doesn't mean it will it's guaranteed to break down, but normally that's what it does. So there's a higher percentage wherever it starts to break, that's where it's going as the next target. So let's just see if that's the interesting thing, as whenever I come up with targets like that, I like to prove them out with the fibs or something like that. You see the 38 point, oh, there we go. Or some other moving average. So the 200 period moving average or the 4 hour, which is not shocking that we should come back and retest that, is right there. So look for a bounce at the 200 period moving average, and there's a 38.2. We should stick around there for a little while and decide whether we want to break down from the 38.2 to basically the 61.8 at 15.58. So I would not trade beyond that. I would start waiting for signals to say, hey, we're going down below the 38.2 before you continue your trading. So if you want to follow us and trade with us, you can do so finally at DaVinciJ15.com, right? Just head over there and sign up, and you could be a part of that. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. I did this live with everybody, and you will also be able to watch this live and ask me questions if you join me at DaVinciJ15.com. And yeah, you know what? You'll learn a whole lot. I love it when people ask me questions. I love answering them. So do so in the chat. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.